What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition. Now, this has been all over the interwebs. I actually first saw it on my buddy, Steve Calabrese. He is the owner of Natural Body, a chain of stores in New York. And he wrote on his Facebook, one major example of the biggest problem facing today's social media in health and fitness right here. And Steve doesn't really get involved. He talks about retail stuff and, his family and stuff, but he doesn't get too much into the whole drama in YouTube and Facebook and all this. So I'm reading this, and the title is "A Fitness Influencer with More Than 500,000 Followers is Being Called a Scammer by Fans who paid for her personal coaching and nutrition programs." Now, as you guys might know, I'm a coach, but I don't really promote it because I have a lot going on between having MTS Nutrition, Tiger Fitness, all the other brands I'm a part of, Ambrosia, et cetera, the Outright Bar. Things are crazy. So I don't promote my coaching, yet I still offer it. So I always avoid getting involved in this drama because it just makes me seem like an arrogant prick who is mad because some young influencers with more following than me, and she has more of a following than me, are getting more business than me. And I don't want to seem like that because honestly, I'm blessed. I'm doing really well in life and my companies are killing it, right? So with that said, I had to get involved in this because I think Steve is right. And reading through comments, you have an issue of people scamming people. And I chimed in and I said, social media overall is a great thing, but it allows a platform for con artists and psychopaths to take advantage of people. And that's exactly what's going on here. Psychopaths lack empathy. Psychopaths tend to display psychopathic behavior. Lack of empathy, lack of care for others. That's a psychopath. Con artists, in my opinion, a version of psychopathy. And when you're ripping people off with no care for their livelihood or their well-being, that's when it gets disturbing as hell. Now, this girl's name is Brittany Dawn Davis, a fitness influencer on Instagram. She's being accused of not sending people the products she purchased. Davis offers individualized coaching sessions and ebooks for sale, but multiple followers told, this is the magazine it's on Insider. This is insider.com. But basically, she sent it months late without promised customization. Basically, she was taking existing or cookie cutter, as they call them, plans and sending them to people. In a private Facebook group with thousands of members, followers called her a scammer and liar, which obviously, if she was scamming and lying to people, that's it. So she then, in probably one of the worst apologies ever, she apologized, but also monetized the apology. And what really bugged me about the apology, and my wife put it on in the background, we have a speaker that we put in our office together, and she left her dryer on in the background. Like, if you're going to dude, turn your dryer off and fluff your clothes later. I understand the need for, laundered clothes and fresh smelling garments, but that was just in the background, the tip, tap, tip, tap. She had a jacket in there or something. It was crazy. But here's what I've noticed on Instagram. And correct me if I'm wrong, here's where it's dangerous, is that people aren't looking at experience. People are not looking at, if I'm going to hire somebody, in a soccer club, right? If I'm managing the soccer club that I am a strength and conditioning coach at, I'm not going to hire someone who's a Ronaldo lookalike. I'm going to hire someone with a USSF A-level coaching license above that guy. However, what it seems on Instagram is the equivalent of hiring the Ronaldo lookalike as opposed to the guy with the USSF A-level coaching license, right? It's basically become looks over qualifications. Now, if you look at some really good trainers out there who have degrees, who have certifications, who have experience, who've actually competed, okay? Now, I believe, and I know people disagree with me on this, and I'm okay with that because I am not the all-knowing, omnipotent one. I've been wrong a lot of times. My wife is sitting right across from me to tell you I've been wrong more often than I've been right. But I believe that if you're going to coach somebody to be in a show, you should have the empathy, again, psychopaths lack empathy. You should have the empathy to know what it feels like to go into a show. You should have that knowledge, that feeling of how bad one feels 2 weeks out from a show when your libido's down, you're hungry, you're angry, and your life's falling apart. I want someone who can empathize with that. And what we see on social media is a drive towards basically just hiring pretty people who got into shape. A lot of it's genetically based, or a lot of people could be just fat people who got lean. I see a lot of people selling off of that notion. Now, here's the problem I see here. It's a slippery slope, and I don't think this Brittany girl is even the tip of the iceberg. I see this all the time. I get messages from people all the time who hire these coaches or trainers or whatever, and they're expecting some magical program. But at the end of the day, I think it was pulled to me once by my buddy Jason Theobald, who's another guy who's a good coach, in my opinion. Good friend of Katie and I. Katie and I have been friends with Jason and Steph for a long time. Jason once said you can only do so much with chicken and rice. And he's right. Like, to think that these people, just because they're pretty and have no experience, have no qualifications, no certifications, to think that they have the answer to helping you achieve greatness, achieve your goals, is preposterous. But the thing is, people are always after shortcuts. People are always after the Holy Grail. As we used to call in the supplement industry, hopes and dreams in a bottle. And that's one reason when I started my companies, I made sure that our taglines, like this is Chad's tagline, nothing works unless you do. While supplements help, they don't create, they don't cause. It is not the cause of your weight loss. It might help you 1% to 2%, maybe. It might stave off you not losing fat as the diet gets deeper and your thyroid starts to, bum out a little bit and all that. Your energy starts to wane, so you need a pre-workout and some caffeine in your fat burner to keep you going, some coleus to keep your hormones going naturally. But at the end of the day, dude, it's diet and training to get it done. Now, what diet and training program you follow should be science-based. And you see a lot of people coming out with these magical, promising you more than you're ever going to get promotional schemes, such as, in my opinion, one thing that's coming and going all the time is keto. Keto is a great option, but I look for a diet someone can adhere to for years on end. The problem with diet isn't necessarily the type of diet. It's, can someone adhere to a diet? And the answer is no. So the bottom line is, you're asking someone to cut out 33% of their dietary options and cutting out delicious things like toast and fruits and also things that are extremely healthy. Berries, healthiest food on earth, arguably. Bananas, perhaps nature's perfect food is their tagline, and I don't disagree with that. Honey, like you found in the Outright bar, honey is so full of health benefits, it's not even funny. It's a superfood. In fact, local honey, our honey is actually local honey sourced in Ohio in the Outright bar. Dude, if you live in Ohio and you have that locally sourced honey, it can theoretically, again, this has not been proven, help with things like allergies. There's so many benefits to these whole natural foods that you're not getting in these exclusionary diets. Now, Katie, you've been around the block a few times. You've seen a lot of things. You've been in this industry, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In your opinion, Katie sits right across from me. I can't flip my camera in this mode. In your opinion, what's going on here? Why are people getting ripped off? And why is, for example, why is this an issue? And why will we keep seeing this?
Well, I think in this particular situation, she said that she had too much business and she was overwhelmed and she didn't know how to deal with it. So
she kept taking money.
She kept taking money. She didn't cut off signups. Possibly, that's what I gather from it. I mean, she should have been like, okay, I've got 30 people I need to stop. I can't handle anymore. So that was, taking advantage of her fame but not controlling growth, and very dishonest.
I want to put this...
She told people ahead of time she was going to take her 3 months to do it.
If I can expand on that question, I want to put this as respectful as possible while getting my point across. So I tried to look through this woman's CV, this woman's resume. She has done jack shit. So my question to you is, why do people continue to hire dipshits like this female trainer right here?
The internet gives you the medium to send people money for ebooks and programs without, qualifying them. So
would you, in that sense, would you agree with my initial assessment that social media is a huge opportunity for psychopaths and scam artists?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm not saying that chick is a psychopath.
I'm saying she is. I'm saying she is a scam artist.
No business. Well, she could potentially be, but she probably has zero business knowledge. Did not realize the ramifications of essentially screwing people over or taking forever to do what she was supposed to do. It seems like it was very misleading.
I'll put this in perspective. We're going to get it in next week, but we're out of peanut butter cookies and cream 5-pounders right now. Okay. What she did is the equivalent of us selling out of peanut butter cookies and cream 5-pounders, taking people's money without any intention of ever filling those back orders. Mm-hmm. That is what she did. So would you, if we did that, would you call us criminals? So this girl is a criminal, bottom line. So here's my opinion, and here's my advice to you guys. As a coach, as someone in this sphere, in this realm, who really, does his best to do right by people. And if you look at what we do at Tiger Fitness, what we do at MTS, we do right by people. If anybody has an issue, we have a 100% money back guarantee at tigerfitness.com. As a coach at marclobliner.com, if you, let's say you hire me and I do your program, and I send off your initial program, which I do program specifically for that individual. Obviously, there's going to be similarities in my programs, but everyone is created individually for that person, right? So if you have an issue, all I'm going to do is I'm going to give you your money back, but I'm going to prorate my time. So it takes a bulk of my time to program that. It takes me about, 2 days. So about, over an hour of my time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, let's say you spent $500. I'm going to say like, hey, I think my time was worth $70. Would you be okay with a $430 refund out of that $500? That would be how I would handle the situation on a person-by-person basis. But you don't see me going out saying, hey, buy my program here, buy my program there. Here's my clients before and afters. I could flood the internet with before and afters. I've trained tens of thousands of people. In fact, we ran Team Saivation, which had over, I believe, 10,000 concurrent training clients, largest free personal training program. And from what I understand, anytime, all personalized by Derek Charleboy and myself. So you had obviously Team Saivation, and then throughout the years, I was just looking through my list. I've had hundreds of clients in the last 5 years, but I'll never go out and do before and afters because I didn't do the work. All a coach does is put together a blueprint. And for me, it's daily check-ins, not weekly check-ins. I believe that if you are a coach, you should be talking to your client daily. A daily check-in allows you not only to assess them physically, but also emotionally, mentally, and also make sure that they don't forget that they're on a diet. Because at the end of the day, I deal with a lot of professionals, a lot of lawyers, a lot of doctors, an ER doc. These guys, you know what? When they're busy at work saving lives, they're in court cases, sometimes they'll forget, they'll just get in their zone, they'll pack meals. They will forget that they're on a diet. They will forget that they're supposed to check in. So I have daily check-ins. So my opinion is, and here's what I'm going to end with, this is not a promotional piece for me by any means. I'm just using myself as an example of how I think things should be done. Look at the person you are going to hire. Just because they're in shape or they lost weight doesn't mean they know what the fuck they're doing. So my opinion is, steer clear of these, as she called herself, influencers. Who the fuck is she influencing anyway? And honestly, those eyebrows, the eyelashes, those aren't even looking close to real. If someone has fake eyelashes, I think you should stay away. Just playing. She's an attractive young lady, and I can see where people be sucked in, no pun intended. I can see where people be drawn in. I didn't realize I was saying that. What had come off? People be drawn in to her. She's attractive. Even in her apology video, she's extremely well-spoken. She'd be a wonderful psychopath. So be careful hiring people is what I'm saying. Your bullshit meter with social media should be fucking shining so bright that it can be set off by the littlest thing. It's like when the snowplow drive by our house and our Ring doorbell goes off. You know what I mean? Your bullshit meter should be like our Ring doorbell. All right? Should be sensitive. All right? So that's all I got. What are your thoughts? I'm kind of... Stuff like this disturbs me because not only is it taking advantage of people, but it also displays that there are bad people in this world. I don't know if this Brittany girl is bad, but all I've seen of her, she's not someone I'd trust. Would you trust her babysitter? That's a bad. I'd trust anybody to babysit my kids. But, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Anyway, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. That's not a game.